Tesla stock is up over 70% and at an all-time high since November election. And a lot of my students are asking me if this stock is still okay to buy. And my answer is yes. My price target for Tesla is $500 per share in mid-2025. And I'm going to explain to you in this video using research and very important new information that I have just gotten on why my price target is 500 and I am going to move up my price target to $525 and why I put $1 million into Tesla. You can actually see my position right here. I'm up $209,000. I have 1,000 shares in this portfolio. And in this portfolio, my other portfolio, I have 3,000 shares and I'm up $281,000 in just a very short amount of time. So I have some really important information. I'm going to keep this video as short as possible. Let's start by talking about my future revenue expectations and why Tesla is going to exceed them. Let's watch a really quick clip on some context from Dan Flax, an analyst.
Becoming a trillionaire at some point. Dan Flax, Neuberger Berman, senior research analyst, is with us this morning. Dan, does the move in your mind make sense? And if so, how do you explain it?
Good morning, Andrew. I think the market clearly has an impact from Elon Musk's close relationship and growing relationship with Donald Trump. I think what the market will focus on, though, over the next year is really their ability to drive better unit sales in the core auto business, bring out a lower priced car. If you can bring out a lower priced automobile, that helps to drive demand in that segment of the market. And so we'll have to see how this evolves. Ultimately, I think what will matter most to the stock is growth of units. I think Musk will play an important role, but it's going to come down to the performance of the business more than anything else, in my view.
You know, we were talking just earlier this week about the fact that GM is effectively shuttered. I mean, the Cruise project is just not what it was supposed to be. And so now you have Tesla and you have Waymo. Do you say that they're the winners of this whole game and everybody else falls to the wayside?
I think it's a much bigger story than that. I think what you have here is really this transformation of the automobile industry, new business models. I think Waymo, having taken rides in Waymos, I think it's a very compelling experience. I think Uber has a very important role here to play. Their network, lining up supply and demand, I think remains valuable. I think you'll see partnerships between them and other players. I think Tesla, with their capabilities around full self-driving, those will get better and better. Ultimately, though, it's about creating value for customers. It's about creating new profit pools. GM will obviously continue to focus on its core business. They have an important role to play in the business. But when I look out, I see opportunities for several players.
We've listened to that short clip. My future expectations for Tesla is that each and every single quarter, we're going to get $30 billion of revenue. And in 2025, we're going to easily exceed $100 billion. Now, look, the reason why I put $1 million into Tesla, it is very clear to me that we're going to go to $500 per share. And that's going to happen in a very short amount of time. We have very high momentum. And I'm telling you that this is a stock that you don't want to miss. And I do have two option plays. I'm going to give you my quick analysis though. I believe that the profit margin on Tesla is going to increase, not just the revenue, which is going to grow in 2025 to over 100 billion, but also the profit itself. And I'm going to explain something called the profit pool very shortly to you. Now, Dan Flax, let me explain what he said. He basically says that Tesla still has to perform on unit growth in the main side of the business, right? Which is their car business, selling cars, all right? And that is true. Tesla still has to create value for their shareholders, and they're going to do so with full self-driving technology. And based on my research, by 2025, it's plausible Tesla will have significantly advanced FSD reliability and regulatory approvals, offering true autonomy, and that's going to happen in many regions. Now, even if they don't have 100% execution, this is exactly why Dan Flax said they still have to have a good, strong core units business, which is just Tesla's vehicle sales. Now, I think those vehicle sales are going to do very well because you will notice that Elon Musk continues to innovate and continues to drop the price of Tesla for every single vehicle he sells. Now, this is genius because when you sell more vehicles, you can also tap into other things within those vehicles to create profit pools. Let me explain to you two quick examples of what a profit pool is. This is something I learned in my degree, actually. This is the most interesting thing, hands down, I learned in my education, my formal education. Two examples. The first one is printer manufacturers like HP and Canon. They sell printers for a very cheap price, but where they actually get you and where they actually make most of their profit is the ink. The ink cartridges cost a lot of money, and that's why they sell almost for a loss or break even on the actual printer itself. The second example is McDonald's. They have the ice cream machines, right? But those machines break very, very often on purpose. Same thing with Apple, actually. Some of the Apple iPhones, the batteries don't work that well after like 2 years because they want you to get another iPhone, right? So ice cream machines break, so you can fix them and you make more money. Now, Tesla has something very similar, and these are the two things that I'm personally bullish on. First one is a supercharge network. Tesla profits from its supercharger network, which charges, basically Tesla's vehicles all over, the world. And those generate a lot of recurring revenue for Tesla, which is actually a huge profit pool for Tesla itself and creates that recurring revenue. A really strong, even second profit pool is their high margins of software. So Tesla earns additional revenue through software subscriptions and upgrades, such as full self-driving. That's going to be so freaking huge. I'm super pumped up, guys. I'm buying this stock hand over fist, bicep over tricep. You already know we're trying to make all kinds of money, and we're scaling this portfolio very fast, and we're going to scale very quick in 2025. So I'm telling you, last thing that I want to say, or last three things I want to say, I'm going to give you one more thing, and then I'm going to give you two plays. Okay, first of all, let me give you the plays real quick. If you don't have time, you're in a rush, right? I'm making this video fast. The 330 lead call option that I recommended for September, I would say you can still hold that right now, because every single day Tesla's going up. Like, this is a $427 stock right now. In the past 1 week alone, it's up 15%. And in the past 1 month, we're up 33%. I'm up 96% in this portfolio. And this portfolio, I'm actually not sure what the return I'm up on, but I bought the stock at $332, and now we're almost up a full $100. That's in a short amount of time. I do think that we're still going to have more room to run. And that's essentially why I still recommend that right now you hold Tesla stock. Do not take profit yet. I'm going to be running on Tesla. I'm not taking profit too early. That's some weak stuff. If you take profit too early, I mean, you can listen. If you have bills to pay, you want to take the money out, go for it. But I'm holding 330 leap option that I recommended on YouTube, and I'm holding the 350 leap option. So congratulations, I'm super excited, and that's why we keep growing our positions here, guys, and we keep reinvesting back into the portfolio. And one really important thing that I see happening with Tesla is their data first advantage, right? They have more data than all the competitors, so this company is going to continue to grow. And even Dan Flack said that there's actually opportunities across the whole automotive market. Things are changing really fast. Tesla's going to benefit off of that. Now, look, in this portfolio, I have Tesla at $218 per share, makes up 10% of my portfolio, and the other portfolio makes up a much larger chunk of my personal worth in that other portfolio. So I have a big bet on Tesla. I say exactly what it is. I'm sharing you exactly what I think. I have the 300 sell put, I have the 220 sell put. These two things are pretty much useless. And then the 420 call, I made a mistake a little bit because you should be uncovered right now. You should just be riding the profits and continue to hold. This 420, honestly, I might even have to close this out right now. I'm going to show you what a roll looks like real quick because, I do not want to lose Tesla. Absolutely not. I do have about, 5-6 more days until these options expire, but this was a mistake. I should just take a loss right now. You can see here how the bid is $16.85, $17 on the ask. Volume is absolutely insane. So, I could either close out this position fully or I can also roll this position out further. Now, part of the reason why I did this covered call position was because I do have 3,000 shares and 1,000 shares. So I'm like, you know what? I'll sell a covered call, but that's dumb. I don't even listen to my own advice. So, all right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to close this out. I have 10 contracts here, so I'm going to put 10 contracts. And this is I'm going to pay for my own mistake. I'm telling you guys on YouTube what I'm doing, and I didn't even follow. I did a covered call. That was dumb of me. So let me go ahead and close this for a $17,000 debit, and I'm going to submit this right here. And then boom, I close this trade out because I do not want to lose my shares. So let your shares ride. Guys, going into 2025, I'm going to have a webinar pretty soon. So make sure that you stay up to date because I'm going to make you a lot richer. I don't know the exact date yet. I'll give you some updates. For now, make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you have the bell notification on, and every single video I put out, I'm telling you, it's going to make you some money. So let's keep making money, let's stay strong, let's invest safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.